Deep inside the human skull sits a structure weighing less than 5 grams. Despite its microscopic footprint, this node, the hypothalamus, regulates all human homeostasis. This infographic outlines the 6 pillars of hypothalamic control. Having a single, tiny node controls so many overlapping systems simultaneously presents massive physiological risk. A stray electrical impulse governing core temperature could easily trigger unrestrained hunger or severe dehydration. To prevent catastrophic signal interference, the hypothalamus isolates these distinct commands through a strict internal geography and a bimodal output mechanism. Understanding human homeostasis requires abandoning the concept of a generalized brain CEO. Instead, we must map the exact localized terrain of the diencephalon. We begin our mapping process with a blank spatial canvas of the diencephalon. The geographic divide of Autonomic Command becomes clear immediately. Anterior and preoptic regions project axons toward cranial nerve nuclei and the sacral spinal cord, driving parasympathetic output. Physiologically, this descending pathway dissipates heat, triggering effectors to initiate sweating and cutaneous vasodilation. In direct contrast, the posterior region acts as the sympathetic command center. Its axons descend entirely separate pathways, all the way to the lateral horn of the spinal cord. This flowchart demonstrates how that posterior pathway acts as an emergency heating system. When triggered, it activates physical effectors for heat conservation, forcing the body into piloerection and shivering. Triggering these distinct geographic regions requires extreme precision. The biological thermostat situated here is so tightly calibrated that it reacts to blood temperature deviations of less than 1/10 of a degree Celsius. The clinical reality of this divide is absolute. A localized lesion in the anterior hypothalamus destroys the body's ability to dissipate heat, leading to lethal hyperthermia, while a posterior lesion strictly eliminates the ability to conserve it. Moving down from the descending spinal tracts, we find the brain's inferior connection, the dual pituitary system. This schematic details the bimodal nature of endocrine control. The Neurohypophysis, or posterior lobe, operates on direct electrical wiring. Axons extend straight from the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, dumping hormones like ACTH and oxytocin directly into systemic circulation. The Adenohypophysis, or anterior lobe, shown on the right, uses an entirely different mechanism. Anterior nuclei synthesize releasing hormones. These localized chemicals travel down a dedicated capillary network, the portal system, to dictate hormone production within the anterior pituitary. We can see this chemical cascade matrix at work here. For instance, the hypothalamus releases corticotropin, which travels through the portal system to trigger ACTH. That secondary hormone then forces the massive release of glucocorticoids from the distant adrenal cortex. This bimodal architecture splits the workload perfectly. Direct wiring enables split-second, immediate survival responses, while the portal chemical cascade provides a highly amplified, sustained level of metabolic control over the entire body. Turning to our basic survival drives, this matrix maps the antagonistic centers for food intake. On the left, the lateral nucleus operates as the primary biological stimulator for hunger. A clinical lesion here produces a stark diagnostic sign: complete starvation. Its anatomical and functional antagonist is the ventromedial nucleus, which serves as the strict biological satiety center. A lesion to the ventromedial nucleus destroys the signal to stop eating. This loss of inhibition leads directly to unrestrained food intake and severe obesity. This diagram tracks a similar input-output circuit for fluid regulation, starting at the zona incerta, which detects the conscious drive for thirst. That trigger translates into mechanical output at the supraoptic nucleus, secreting ADH down to the kidney to maximize water reabsorption. The drive to eat or drink feels like an abstract conscious choice. In reality, these foundational behaviors are the unavoidable result of antagonistic, geographically segregated regions firing against each other within the hypothalamus. Beyond internal sensors, the hypothalamus also responds to external psychological triggers, specifically the processes of memory and learning handled by the hippocampus. This pathway illustrates the exact limbic bridge. As seen in Step 1, psychological signals travel away from the hippocampus along a thick neural tract known as the fornix. It ends at the mammillary bodies, which act as the hypothalamic gateway. This produces a direct visceral output. A common clinical example is test anxiety. A psychological state surrounding a memory task arrives at the mammillary bodies, triggering a sympathetic cascade that causes a rapid heart rate and a severely dry mouth. The mind-body connection is frequently discussed as a philosophical abstraction. Anatomically, it is a highly specific, measurable electrical circuit terminating squarely at the mammillary bodies. Bringing these pathways together, we get this master map of the diencephalon, showing all functional zones operating simultaneously. The geographic rule holds true along the horizontal axis. Anterior regions dictate parasympathetic heat dissipation, while posterior regions command sympathetic heat conservation. Vertically, the endocrine interface is sharply bimodal. Direct neurowiring pushes hormones from the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, while the arcuate nucleus relies on localized chemical cascades. And cutting across the center, the somatic visceral bridge integrates our psychological state, routing limbic signals from the fornix directly into the mammillary bodies. The hypothalamus manages the staggering complexity of human survival without crossing its signals. It achieves this precisely because it is not a homogeneous mass of tissue, but a strictly regionalized, geographically segregated integration matrix.